Salutations, spooks, spirits, and specters, and welcome back to System Shock 2. I'm about to head up to Deck 5, but before I do that, I just wanted to mention a couple things. Number one, I've already ran around and did all the homework, as it were, and I recycled a whole bunch of stuff from Deck 1, 2, and 3. I will throw in a clip at the end of this, towards the end of this video, where I do the armory on the med side deck, deck 2. Show you what I got from there, and otherwise, I did spend my cyber modules. I decided to upgrade research because just for fun, I decided I'll just go ahead and research these items. I'm going to just fully research all the stuff, just so that way I have the information and it's there, available. So I also went ahead and found out what chemicals I needed, which are these 3 chemicals right here, that I'll be needing in order to fully research them. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this guy, and yeah, heading up to Deck 5.
Delacroix, it's me, Cortez. We're locked in here. Hey, who are you? Shit.
It said I need to see you already. Okay. Oh. We can't get in there because we need the crew access card. Huh, dead battery. That's always useful.
Your colleagues have managed to set up a transmitting station
In the athletic sector of this deck, the transmitter is intended
to send a message to the Earth to warn them of the events that have occurred in this ship.
However, it will also draw power
Away from Xerxes, making him vulnerable to my will.
Once you do this, I will control the primary data loop. The annelids are unaware of its presence,
But guard the area for their own
purposes.
Find the transmitter and activate it.
Right. I decided to not move anywhere because I didn't want to risk triggering multiple sound files overlapping each other, because, you know, that's kind of annoying. Right. This music's kind of creepy. Right. Let's go ahead and pick up some stuff here. Recycle that and that. Boom. Alright, there's no log that tells you what the code is for this safe, but through experimentation it's that simple. And that's the only thing in there. So yes! Alright, so our objective is we need to get into this room right here.
Access needed.
But as usual, everything's locked up.
Items dropped.
If you were paying attention, you'll notice that my nanites only ever went up by like maybe 1 point. For all those little plant things, all those little buggers. Figure since I have the recycler now, I just might as well just pick up stuff as I encounter them. I want to keep as many bullets as possible.
This is Xerxes. The Deck 5 shopping area will be closed until further notice. We apologize for the inconvenience. The family of the many grows with every passing moment. Glory to the flesh. Glory to the mass.
I'll go in here.
Information hazard.
Excuse me, let go of me, please. Thank you.
Research complete.
I don't think there's anything else in here. There we go. Alright. It's the worm mine, and that just leaves the crystal shard. I am debating whether or not to activate this surgical bed, because it would be nice to have a place to heal easily. Should probably drop a quick save, because I don't have the doohickey yet. Alright. We'll see. We'll see. That leads to the mall. Pretty big place. Oh yeah, that's right. We have to gather a code in order to get the key, and to do that you find out by clicking through these little images, and they'll reveal a code for activating the what you call it? The code for the hello monkey. Stupid bugs. Right through it. That's where we use the Y. What is it, monkey? Wanna get electrocuted? I can electrocute you just fine.
Research complete.
Nope, there's the EMP rifle. Another one. Oh, here we go. That's what I need. Very handy. And is this the room? Yeah, this is the room I hate. I hate this room right here. Go ahead and grab that really quick. I hate those buggers so much. I wonder if you can actually get up there. I think you can. Alright. So, let's see here. Our objective. Let's see here. Let me look at the map real quick. So, typically, I usually end up going towards. It's recommended to go.
Power drained.
Recommended to go to the garden first. I believe because there's a what you calls it in there. There's a recharger in there along with more codes, and you know, it's generally a safe bet. So I'll kind of do that next time, but since I'm almost out of time for this video, I'll go ahead and play all of the logs. I'm gonna go ahead and play them in the order I got them in here.
Okay, I got the ARC terminals wired up to display the fragmented dish alignment for the transmitter. I've also rigged up the tower to set off a security alert in case somebody else tries to tamper with it. I'm headed there right now to start the transmission. Hey, who's that? Juan? Marie?
Neutralizing target.
The lights near the basketball court keep fritzing out. I think the humidity from the pool next door is a real problem. If it happens when I'm not there, try resetting the circuit from the breaker by the pool. You think someone needs to call a tech?
I don't know what's going on around here, and I don't want to know. I'm not here for the glory of the stupid company. I'm just supposed to make sure the replicators are running, and now people are dying. I've got to turn this ship around and go home. God, get me the hell out of this place.
Mon petite, there is something you should know about. I have received information from some form of artificial intelligence that is calling itself SHODAN. Yes, SHODAN. Wherever this intelligence actually came from, it has a terrible grudge against these annelids and has saved my life more than once. SHODAN has told me that there is a UNN operative aboard the ship, armed to the hilt and equipped with R-grade cyber implants. Strange bedfellows, eh?
Stay out of the mall if you can. It crawls. Okay, Delacroix. Yang and I have got the transmitter almost ready to go. Once it's up and running, we'll be able to warn Earth. Frank split up the transmitter code and uploaded it to a number of art display terminals throughout this deck. Just cycle through the art and you'll find a piece of the code. I don't think the worms will spot this. I don't figure they got much of an interest in the Great Masters.
The eggs we found near the observation chambers are different from the ones in Hydro. They release some kind of disgusting flying swarming thingies. Bullets don't do anything. Bullets, for Christ's sake. I never even fired a gun before this morning.
See, that would have been handy to have known that, like, before I encountered them on Deck 4. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a gander at the wonderful research we've done. A very dangerous hand-to-hand weapon. It requires an exotic weapon skill of 1 in order to wield. This crystal, principally of silicon but doped with germanium and other unknown trace elements, appears to have a resonant frequency very close to that of neural propagation. The crystal probably serves as a repeater for psionic abilities of the annelid creatures. The crystal structure is composed of thousands of close-together crystal needles attached together in a close, branching, nearly fractal tree. Recommendation: the crystal's amazing sharpness makes it a very dangerous hand-to-hand weapon. Alright, so let's look at the worm mind implant. When the user of this implant is damaged, 1 point of every 4 points of damage done is subtracted from psi points instead of hit points. The implant will alter the user's neural processes, stimulating and amplifying the areas related to psionics. Additionally, a steady drip of annelid neurotransmitter chemicals is fed into the user's lower cortex. The overall effect of this is to enhance the user's latent psycho-creative abilities, specifically in the area of bodily self-control. The user of the implant will be able to psycho-creatively heal some portion of any damage he takes. Long-term use is likely to cause hyperimmune reaction. And the worm blood implant reveals: while this implant is active, you can right-click on a pile of worms to heal yourself. This implant is high-powered blood filtering and reprocessing unit, which acts to modify blood-borne annelid tissue to be benign to a human host. Because of the highly regenerative nature of these annelids, their tissue, in conjunction with this implant, can be used as a replacement for damaged human tissue. A small insertion port in the implant can be used to import annelid tissue for use. While under the effect of this implant, discarded annelid tissue, such as that as the worm piles, can be used for a regenerative effect. Use of annelid tissue in such a fashion while the implant is not powered is strongly discouraged. So, I don't know. I think that just means I can just easily... Oh, I don't think I showed this one. The swarm research. Annelid swarms cannot be damaged by any known means, but have a very short lifespan. Annelid eggs often contain useful organs unless you destroy them. Although small, the flying organisms generated by these pods contain a complex DNA structure indicative of a much more advanced creature. Each small creature, genetically male, is bonded to the swarm via a subpsionic link. This link is impervious to normal psionic attacks or disturbances. Annelid swarm creatures seem to exist only as a living weapon since their cells have a genetically programmed lifespan of no more than a few seconds. During these seconds, they are attracted to human tissue as they frantically attempt to prolong their short lives with nourishment. The eggs that these emerge from often contain organs that might be extracted unless you kill the egg. The annelid swarm is best dealt with by avoidance, since the creatures will die soon after being hatched. Do not waste ammo on them. Right. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, that's the... Right. And with that, all that remains is the short clip from Cymed's Armory, Deck 2's Armory. But otherwise, beyond that, thank you all very much for watching, and ciao for now. Ciao for now. Alright, so here's the, back on Deck 2. Here's the Armory. I've already inputted the code. And here's the treasure that lies within. A standard normal combat armor that does like 30 points of defense. In this box we got 2 portable batteries. In this one we got 2 medkits and some anti-personnel rounds. We got a excellent quality EMP rifle. We have a stasis field generator. Shoddy quality, no ammo inside, so you can't really use it. 2 bottles of liquor, which it's kind of a waste to pick up if you're going to use for recycling, because they only recycle for 1 mana each, so it's kind of a waste to even bother building up piles of that little stuff. This guy's got 3 frag grenades, which I'm going to go ahead and recycle, and then there's a good quality assault rifle here with 4 bullets. And that is the Deck 2 Armory.